Hello, everybody. Welcome back to WWTF. We want to practice the game show on MikeC.
And I am Fred Y.
Why? We're talking about his favorite place in the world. Red Lobster, brother. Go ahead, Fred. Why are we talking about Red Lobster?
You know how I should have started this off, but I just thought about it, but we would have got a copyright strike. We need the Boys to Men to come in here like, it's so hard to say goodbye. Man, if y'all didn't know, Red Lobster has filed for Chapter 11 again, or was it Chapter 7? Chapter whatever the hell
but bankruptcy.
Bankruptcy.
Because they said people was eating too much of the endless shrimp.
Yes.
That's what they said. That's what drove the bankruptcy, man. The endless shrimp platter.
Yeah.
So that wasn't a good idea.
Now, from what from the research that I did, they're saying that the endless shrimp wasn't the one that caused the downfall of Red Lobster.
Which one was
it? Was when they sold it back to Red Lobster. It's a whole bunch of stuff where they sold it and they leased it and all this other stuff, but the people that they sold it to took the money and didn't put it back into the business. You know what I'm saying? So if you noticed when you went inside the Red Lobster, because Red Lobster used to be the shit. Now if you was a 70s baby and you got your first job in the 80s and you tried to impress your shorty and everything, you took her to a couple of places, right? You took her to maybe Sizzlers. You maybe took her to Chesapeake Bay Seafood House, and you took her to Red Lobster. All these places were packed. They were packed.
Yes.
I can
on the weekend.
Yes. And I can remember it was such a treat to go to Red Lobster and Chesapeake Bay Seafood House. Especially, we're not talking about Chesapeake Bay Seafood House, but I can remember the one that was in New Carrollton and the one in Greenbelt. And these places were packed. And at that time, to us, it was a lot of money. But with the stuff that they were selling, it wasn't a lot of money. And I guess like prom dates and stuff like that, I think you went to more fancy places like Holgate's and stuff like that. But if you just want to impress a chick, and you know what I'm saying, you took her to the Red Lobster, and I'm telling you, you had got something out of that at the end of the night. You had got some. You definitely got some. Only thing you had to do is just say, like, baby, we going out to Red Lobster. And she be like, ooh, girl, that, you know what I'm saying? Like in the morning after she called you, after she packed her little whole bag and left your house or you left the hotel. It's like, girl, he took me to Red Lobster. Red Lobster? They used to, oh my God, Red Lobster used to be the thing. Well, it wasn't so much now, because when you take a chick to Red Lobster, like, oh, nigga, can we go to McDonald's instead? Because the quality of service went down tremendously, because they took their money, and you notice how when you went into Red Lobster, it took forever for a waitress or a waiter to come to you, because now waiters or waitresses used to handle 5 tables on their own. Now they're handling 10 tables, and the place is not as clean as it used to be, especially the one in Camp Springs down here by us, right? I mean, you got horrible service. You got bartenders drinking on the job. You have the managers drinking on the job. You have the lobsters in the thing. When you come up, they look like, man, just hurry up and eat me, man. I don't even want to be in here, man. Kill me, please. Because they look so depressing. The lobsters just they got smaller and smaller. I'm like, are those crayfish? That's how they would start looking. And just even the cheddar biscuits. That was your one thing. That was your one thing to go. Them cheddar biscuits. You know what I'm saying? That was the one thing to go, man. Because I've been to Red Lobster, I don't know how many times, but I can't even remember a time where I actually got lobster from Red Lobster. I can't because when I was younger, you know, as I've said, as I keep telling y'all, I was poor. I was broke. I was a kid. I ain't had no money. I was jobless. You know what I'm saying? I was poor. I was poor as any other. Well, I don't know about the kids now. You know what I'm saying? But I was poor as a kid. I ain't had no money, so I had to eat whatever my parents either cook or whatever they took me to. You know what I'm saying? Restaurants that they took me to, and I wasn't that privileged to visit Red Lobster on a routine basis, man. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know, when I was dating as a young kid, you know, you had to, I had to be sure that I was going to get some in order to take you to Red Lobster. Because Red Lobster, hey, look, you know what I'm saying? $2.50 an hour, which was minimum wage, really wasn't covering Red Lobster. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't getting the big bucks like my parents or older people was getting. You know what I'm saying? So I couldn't really afford that. That was like a month load worth of paychecks. But it wasn't that expensive to today's now, because you're talking about a meal not costing over $20. You know, now you get $20 is really nothing to some people, but it is to some people. It still is to me $20. But Red Lobster was a place that people pride themselves to go to. They wanted to go to Red Lobster, especially if you had a shorty working at Red Lobster that can sneak you in there and get you some whatever you needed. But, you know, getting back to it, but the decline wasn't the English shrimp, right? That wasn't it. A lot of news media outlets are saying that was it, but it was the it was taking that money and not investing in it back into the company, and they sold it for $2 billion. And the person that brought it, you know, had enough money to invest or revamp it or, you know, change some things, but they didn't, because you see the quality of service, the quality of food, everything that went down. So they didn't put money back into the business. They just thought that it would spike back up because of its name, because of Red Lobster, because it's Red Lobster, and you're not the only place in town to get lobster. Plus there was the people that they were getting their seafood monopolizing the game, so they would be the only person that they would buy their shrimp and all their other stuff from. And since they did that, they raised the price, because they're saying, you know, you got a contract, now you can only buy from me. Now I'm going to raise the price of the shrimps from $5 to $15, whatever. You know what I'm saying? How that was. That's how the downfall of it came. And then when they started talking about the endless shrimp, that was to draw people in there, you know, and they weren't making any money. Although I think the last time I went to a Red Lobster was a couple of months ago. It was like last year sometime. The beginning of this year, I went to Red Lobster, the one in down the street where the cars at. You know what I'm saying? Camp Springs, where the Toys R Us used to be at. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, Toys R Us, boy.
And it just went. The quality of service just went downhill. It really went downhill. So now I don't even know if that's even up there anymore, to be quite honest with you. Since
I think it's still there as of right now, but I rarely even frequent over there now. You know what I'm saying? Unless it's going to Kaiser or something, you know. But
and they do have one in.
I think we did pass it on the way over there by Kaiser. Look like it's still had the sign up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
there's one in Waldorf too.
Yeah.
It's one in Waldorf.
The one that used to be. Isn't that something that seemed like it was always across from Toys R Us?
Bro? Yeah.
That was across.
That was across from Toys R Us too.
It was like in the same proximity, you know what I'm saying?
You can walk your belly over there to Toys R Us, get some shrimp, and then go fantasize about getting some Dreamcast games, or you know what I'm saying, some Nintendo games. And you know, Red Lobster now, you know, it's the carryout of seafood places. There are so many other places that are better than going to Red Lobster. But these places better take a good look at themselves and see Chapter 11. That's what it was. They filed Chapter 11. They better take a look at see what Red Lobster did and not repeat that same mode, man. Because, like I said, back in the day, that was the place to go. These places were packed. These were like hour waits to get inside of it. They were a good place, and they served good food, and they had good. I believe they had like Maine lobsters, man, and these are the big boy lobsters. You know what I'm saying? And they just, for some reason, man, they just went downhill. So, I don't know if you can do the endless shrimp thing anymore right now. Matter of fact, Mike, we should try to go to Red Lobster a day that you off and do the endless shrimp one last time. And try to, maybe I'll talk to somebody in Red Lobster to see if we can do an interview and they can slide us some endless shrimp and see if we can do it that way. It's like, hell, you went out of business any damn. What you gonna do with all this shrimp, man? What you gonna do with all this shrimp? And I bet you the last day of that store closing, man, the managers are going, especially, I would say, look, I want to work night shift. I want to close that night because they're going to take so much of that food home. Because it's not like when the store closes and then they ship all their product to another store because that store is going to stay open. No, they're closing all of their stores. They're closing all of the Red Lobsters. So Red Lobster is going to go to the wayside, unfortunately. Well, I'm not going to say even Sizzlers, because if you go to Florida, there's still one Sizzler standing there on 192. For you people in Florida watching this, y'all know what I'm talking about. Sizzlers is still there. So I don't know if it's going to be a whole just disappearance of every Red Lobster, but that's the way that they're talking about it, man. And, they should have did a lot better, with from the stuff that I'm finding out with purchasing this iconic place and not putting the money back into it. Because if you look, especially if you go to the one on either one in Camp Spring or the one in Waldorf, it still look 80ish. It still looks like it's set back in the 80s. They haven't changed a thing.
They never changed. Yeah, they never gave it a facelift or nothing. It still looks exactly the same. Sometimes, you do have to change with the times, man. You need to reinvent yourself, you know what I'm saying, to appease to the new. Just give it a fresh coat of paint, you know what I'm saying, and make it a little different, you know what I'm saying. So,
and it's just a unwelcome environment. Like when you go inside there, it's almost like a depression, right? Because it just I'm trying to the corridor,
the people.
Just the ambience.
The decor?
The decor, there we go.
Ambience,
yeah, just the decor of the place and the ambience of the place is just depressing. The low lighting, it's not fun. It's not engaging. It's not like, yeah, come in here and spend your money. It just has that, like, you know what I'm saying?
You want a seat? You want to sit down and eat? You look like you're hungry.
Yeah.
So I guess I'll give you something. What you want.
And the cheddar biscuits aren't even as great as they are, right? Now I think they may stay in business because you can buy cheddar biscuits out of the grocery store.
Hey, look, when I make them, they're fantastic.
But to get inside of the place and get it from there, man, it's just. And the last time that we went, we even asked the waitress. She was like, we was asking about the new shrimp or the new something that they had. And was like, I wouldn't get that. No, that is nasty. You got your waitress telling you this. You got your waitresses telling you this stuff is nasty. And, I wish that some of these places that went out of business, and we can't blame it on COVID. We can't blame it on anything other than bad business practices, and we can't blame it on the endless shrimp because that was a ploy to get there. It was the people that were buying that shrimp from. That was the downfall of them, and just to get that gimmick for people to come in the store. They probably lost. I'm quite sure they lost money on that too, because shrimp, they're not filling. They're not filling the different type of shrimp that you now want to go to Red Lobster
in order to get full. Yeah.
um
So what basically filled you up was, of course, the bread,
Yeah.
and everything like that.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So they was really banking on, they send you bread. This is like potatoes and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, you can get as many fries as you want. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
To fill you on up and everything. They don't want all that other stuff on up. But yeah, you
Yeah.
gotta eat a lot of shrimp to get full.
Yeah.
Full. So yeah, it's not like eating some steak. You eat a good steak, you good.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? They're like, I want one. Yeah, but.
And
Yeah.
this is the thing, peoples. If you go to Red Lobster now and you do the endless shrimp, take my advice and do this, right? That this is what we used to do when we went to Chesapeake Bay Seafood House, but you don't have to be that elaborate. When we went to Chesapeake Bay Seafood House, me and my mans, right? And this would look odd for us because we would have one baby stroller in here and we would have a fake baby in the stroller, but the baby wouldn't be a baby, it would be Tupperware containers. So when we ordered the all you can eat lobster tails, I mean all you can eat crab legs, we would eat some and then we would dump some. Eat some, dump some. And this is when it was 1999 and I had the scheme back then that day, especially the one in New Carrollton. That's the place that we would do it at. Now I'm telling y'all, when you go to the endless shrimp thing, just get you a large Tupperware. I know some of you females got these large purses. Do this. Order you some shrimp because they're going to give you like 4 or 5 like skewers and all this other stuff. You don't have to eat all of it. Just rip it off, dump it in the thing, and just continue to do that. Get as much of that shrimp as you can. What are they going to do with the shrimp? You're going out of business anyway. I'm telling you. So that is my endless shrimp hack for all you fat boys or greedy people or people that love shrimp. Get as much of that shrimp as you can. And you can get as many cheddar biscuits as you can. But don't eat all the cheddar biscuits. Don't even start off with the cheddar biscuits. Don't start off with the Cokes and the soft drinks. Just if you want to take, sip some water with some lemon. Black people, we know that's our favorite drink besides the diabetes drink, just the lemon and water, right? So in the diabetes drink, y'all know what that is. It's now the Arnold Palmer, because I was doing that in the hood back in the 80s. So you would do that. You would take all your shrimp, take the shrimp and dump it in a Tupperware bowl. Just make sure that your waitress not seeing, and even if she sees, she ain't gonna care any damn way, because you know what I'm saying, she know that they're going out of business, and the quality of service, it may be 6 other tables that's in front of you before she come back to you now. So get as much shrimp as you can, and that's my public announcement for my food hack for Red Lobster, because they're going out of business. Bad business practices, the quality of the staff, the cleanliness of the whole atmosphere, just the ambience. It's just the whole place. It just went down. It's nothing like it was back in the day. I don't know what happened, but the thing started to go downhill. You know what I'm saying? You gotta look at stores like McDonald's. McDonald's has been jumping up and down since the 70s, since they were first introduced, and McDonald's is thriving. There's a new McDonald's popping up. It's just like liquor store McDonald's, liquor store McDonald's. It's McDonald's damn nearly everywhere that you go. You know what I'm saying? Just you might have to pick up Spanish before you go in there so you can order something.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So
I think we're talking about Red Lobster enough. So I think that's enough for Red. So
not Calvin.
Story, Red Lobster business. So like always, you guys can hit us up at thagamersshow@gmail.com. That's the Gamer Show with today. Don't forget to hit up Facebook store and find little prices. Hey, tell people about what we do here at the Gamer Show and keep on watching. Hit that notification bell when we drop videos like these.
And please remember to like and subscribe. And if you're in high school, please study your Spanish if you want to go to McDonald's, because Calvin is no longer in there. It's Jesus. So, tell Jesus I said hello when you go in there. And we'll see you next time on Not. All right, y'all. Bye.
Later, y'all. Peace.